which you all know. We want to support him for his run at office of county executive. I think he's a terrific guy. Privatization and mixture of business and government is perfect, and I think that's the right person on the spot for us. 16 years in the business now. Yep. 16 in his legislature. I think he's a wonderful person, good family man, pretty good golfer. Lets us win though, that's okay. And so I would like to just thank Jeff for letting us host his party tonight, and good luck to you. Best wishes. Thank you.
First off, I want to thank Terry for helping put this together. It's a beautiful setting. We have a Milwaukee winter working for us tonight, so it's a nice evening to enjoy the lights and things down here. But, you know, as you look at what's coming up in Milwaukee County, we've got a tremendous challenge. Obviously, we have a new governor and a new legislature. And what I sense, I think many of you already sense, is that our state is already taking a turn and moving back in the right direction. And it's going to be a very key time now in Milwaukee County to take those changes that are going to be made in Madison. Just to give you a few ideas of what's coming. In the last few weeks, actually the first meeting we had in the legislature in the committee that I currently chair, the Health Committee, we passed tax exemption for health savings accounts. Something that Wisconsin is one of the last two, if not the last state in the country to say we're going to make health savings accounts tax exempt like everywhere else in the country. You know, that's the kind of message that finally says Wisconsin is going to say we want people to be here and have reasonably priced insurance and be able to have business and be self-employed and be able to build some of these types of opportunities that have been available everywhere else in the country. In addition, I've just recently introduced the photo ID bill for voting. That's another step where we're going to that's a bill that we've introduced 4 times. I put it on Governor Doyle's desk 3 times and it got vetoed over and over and over again. That bill should become law now, and it's got bipartisan support. We've got Democrats supporting it. They always voted for it. It's just it always got vetoed back down. So now is the time that we're going to make some of these changes that we've been talking about for most of a decade. I think there's a tremendous opportunity. Now, what do we need to have happen in Milwaukee in order to take part in that? We need to create jobs, first off. I'm a small business guy. I've been in the printing business for 25 years with my wife. And you know, we hired people, we met a payroll, we know what it is to create a new job. Scott has a goal of creating 250,000 jobs. I think we ought to have 50,000 of those here in Milwaukee County. That's how we solve the problems in Milwaukee County. It's by creating jobs, putting people to work. My view is that nothing solves problems for people more than having a good job and being able to earn their own way. And we need to lead the state in job creation here. That will be my #1 job as county executive. I will go out and meet with any business that's going to expand or a new business that wants to start. I will say, how can we help you? And some good examples of where we're failing are the land in the Park East Corridor. Something that I supported years ago, taking down the freeway and saying, let's put that land back to use. Well, it's 8 years later, and that land is still sitting there, undeveloped. There's no development, no taxes, no jobs. It's time for us to get much more of a pro-economic development attitude that will create jobs right here in our community and put people to work. That solves a lot more problems than any government program ever will. In addition, we need to continue to push for reforming government. Scott had done a lot of work in that area. On the pension system is one area, and that's an area where I stepped in and worked with Scott and the legislature and got laws changed that helped us properly fund that pension system after the fiasco that he had to deal with. So I've been in that role before of saying, how do we get the legislature to do something that solves a problem here in Milwaukee County and get it passed through the legislature and onto the governor's desk? I played that role. I know how to get things accomplished, not just come up with an idea like some people and then not know the actual workings. So I'm going to bring that value as county executive in that perspective. Finally, we've got to rein in taxes. We've got to continue to control the cost of government. What has happened in the past is that the solution has always been to go to additional taxes in the past. this is a time when, as a state, there is no pot of money in Madison. There's no more pot of money in Washington, D.C. We need to figure out how to make government more efficient and work for people here in our community. We have all kinds of opportunities to find efficiencies. As a alderman working with former Mayor Sider, who's here, and we also have another alderman from Greenfield, Carl Kastner, we created plans that paid off the city debt in Greenfield. We didn't have to continue to go into debt borrowing for equipment and things that were going to be worthless in 2 or 3 years. You need a good financial plan, and you need to work it through and pay your bills. It's not exciting. Anybody who's been in business knows it's not sexy to pay the bills, but somebody's just got to work hard and do it. And that's where we are as a community and as a state and as a nation. We just need people to be responsible and pay the bills and not continue to drive us deeper and deeper into debt. You know, there's a lot of people that are going to run for office and say, oh, it's terrible that we're in debt. There's not too many of us that have taken the city that was more in debt per capita than any other place in the state of Wisconsin and taken that debt down to zero through the plans that we put into place. So I've got experience, and I've actually got a record of doing those things. So if we can, you know, keep our financial house in order, if we can create economic development and create jobs, and continue to reform government, look for opportunities to find opportunities for communities to work together to provide services that right now will get duplicated over and over again, then we're going to have a Milwaukee County that's competitive, where people want to come and open businesses and expand businesses. That's the key to our future. And it's help from folks like you that are going to allow me to deliver that message over the next 4 weeks. We have a primary on February 15th. The resources that you're helping us with will allow me to mail letters to the people that are going to vote in that primary. Some of them are going to be absentee voters in the next couple of weeks. This is coming very quickly. So your help right now is key to allowing us to get our message to those voters right away. And that's what's going to help us win and keep Milwaukee County headed in the right direction. Thank you so much for coming.